I've been talking a lot about it in a lot of the interviews that I've been doing lately, but he's the one that brought it up.
Quincy Jones brought in Fresh Prince.
Yes, he did.
And his first movie was what? 6 Degrees of Separation. Tevin Campbell. His little sweet up and down Hollywood Boulevard.
How does a boy with a voice like that had the records that he had that could have easily transformed into one of the greatest male vocals of all time, end up himself for drugs and change on Hollywood Boulevard?
Sudden passing of Quincy Jones has revealed a disturbing secret in Tevin Campbell's cryptic "I'm Free" confession. As he speaks up, tensions runs through the music industry, leaving more questions than answers. Join us as we dig deep into the secret relationship between them. The rise of a young star. Quincy Jones was not just a music icon, he was a formidable gatekeeper whose impact molded the careers of numerous stars, such as Michael Jackson, Will Smith, and the young Tevin Campbell. Quincy's influence on the music industry was extensive and significant. For Tevin, though, the guidance from this legendary figure brought both a chance and a significant cost. As a talented young vocalist, Tevin Campbell burst onto the scene with a voice that many regarded as a gift from the heavens. He swiftly enchanted crowds, his gift radiating brilliantly. However, with Quincy's influence, a few people close to Tevin started to notice a more sinister aspect of his rapid ascent. Speculation emerged that Quincy's influence over Tevin was beyond just work-related. It permeated almost all areas of the young artist's existence. Quincy was not just a guiding presence, he was a dominant influence, molding Tevin's persona and directing his destiny. Quincy's reputation for domination was well recognized in the sector. Numerous prominent figures in music experienced the impact of his influence, struggling to break free from his strong grasp. Nonetheless, Tevin was distinct. He was youthful, impressionable, and, according to some insiders, susceptible. In numerous respects, Tevin's upbringing made him susceptible to Quincy's influence, merging the distinctions between guidance and control. What started as a professional connection with the potential for fame became increasingly complicated as time went on. For Tevin, the mentorship that initially seemed like a valuable chance increasingly felt like a limiting influence. His creative liberty was eclipsed by Quincy's vision, and his career trajectory was largely guided by Quincy's influence. Tevin's experience underscored the intricate interactions that may occur between emerging artists and influential industry veterans. Although Quincy's mentorship undoubtedly aided Tevin's achievements, it also imposed limitations that several believed hindered Tevin's individual and creative development. As Tevin's popularity increased, the tensions regarding Quincy's position in his life became more difficult to overlook. Both friends and fans questioned whether Tevin truly desired to continue his journey in Quincy's shadow. Although Quincy significantly influenced Tevin's career, it raised unresolved questions regarding the price of that mentorship. To Tevin, Quincy was more than a mentor. He was a catalyst that launched him into fame, yet also tied him closely to a vision that did not fully belong to him. However, it was impossible for one to be famous without rumors and controversies. Rumors and revelations. In early 2018, Quincy Jones ignited a storm of controversy with an unexpectedly frank interview that disclosed surprising aspects of his life. Renowned for his iconic impact on music, Quincy revealed some hidden facets of his history. He described his childhood as a baby gangster during the 1940s, a statement that surprised numerous fans. Even more surprising, Quincy described the Beatles as the most horrible musicians in the world, a remark that sparked considerable discussion among both fans and critics. Nevertheless, his disclosures continued beyond that point. Quincy asserted that he had previously been in a relationship with Ivanka Trump and proceeded to imply that Marlon Brando had engaged in romantic connections with famous male performers such as James Baldwin and Richard Pryor. Individually, each of these statements would have been striking, but combined, they generated a whirlwind of responses on the internet. As his comments circulated, social media ignited. Many were intrigued by his audacity, whereas others deemed his remarks disturbing. Quincy's interview not only sparked fresh conversations, but also revived enduring speculation about his connections with other musicians, especially the emerging talents he had guided. One rumor that rapidly emerged again was regarding Tevin Campbell, a gifted young artist whom Quincy had mentored to stardom. The renewed speculation implied that Tevin had faced mistreatment while with Quincy, an accusation that stunned fans and intensified the online uproar. Tevin Campbell, witnessing the rumors escalate, reacted openly. He turned to Twitter, voicing his annoyance and astonishment, labeling the claims as disgusting, while addressing those disseminating such tales. Blending humor with irritation, he stood up for himself, including laughing emojis, to emphasize how absurd he thought the rumors were. Tevin's reply sought to curb the speculation, reminding fans of his accomplishments and shifting the spotlight back to his music instead of gossip. Tevin's musical journey and success. Tevin Campbell's path in the music industry was characterized by remarkable successes and difficult times. In spite of the challenges he encountered, he persevered, enchanting listeners with a voice that was at once vibrant and strong. At merely 15, Tevin's talent was unmistakable when he worked with Prince on the Billboard Success, Round and Round, a song that reached number 3 on the R&B chart. Collaborating with an iconic artist like Prince was a pivotal experience for Tevin, highlighting both his skill and versatility. He seamlessly complemented Prince's energy, adding a new flair to the song and laying the groundwork for what would become a remarkable career. As Tevin aged, he aimed to extend his reach within the music industry. By the age of 18, his reputation had secured him a place on the 1994 charity single, You Will Know. This partnership, penned by the emerging talent D'Angelo, showcased an impressive roster of male singers from the R&B genre, such as Usher, Gerald Levert, El DeBarge, and Lenny Kravitz. Even in the presence of renowned artists, Tevin's performance was remarkable. He performed his ad-libs confidently, reaching high notes that highlighted his remarkable vocal range. His contributions did not merely merge, they stood out vividly, gaining him admiration from both his colleagues and supporters. Although he was young, Tevin stood out among the industry veterans surrounding him. His distinctive and strong voice commanded focus, cementing his status among the leading artists of the era. Tevin's singing ability frequently led to comparisons with Whitney Houston. His vocal range, covering more than 4.5 octaves, was exceptional and magnificent. He appreciated Whitney's vocal mastery and emotional expression, closely analyzing her methods. In numerous ways, his method resembled hers, engaging listeners not only with melodies, but also with the emotional intensity he brought to every performance. When he recorded one song for Quincy Jones's 1992 album associated with the Barcelona Olympics, audiences were amazed by the resemblance to Houston's style, with some even confusing his rendition for hers. Tevin's knack for capturing Whitney's spirit while also personalizing the song showcased his commitment and skill. By 1996, Tevin had already achieved historical significance in many ways, including his unforgettable Olympic rendition of The Impossible Dream. His performance amazed audiences, once again evoking comparisons to Whitney Houston's legendary voice. His talent and enthusiasm were clear, winning the admiration of those who observed. At only 20 years old, Tevin had garnered an admirable 5 Grammy nominations. Despite the intense rivalry with industry icons such as Luther Vandross, Ray Charles, and Boyz II Men, these nominations established him as a powerful artist. Despite not securing a Grammy, he was highly esteemed and considered one of the prominent voices of the time. Between 1991 and 1995, he sold more than 3 million albums, a milestone that highlighted his broad popularity and the influence of his music. Tevin was not solely focused on music, he also explored acting. His adaptability as a performer resulted in appearances on well-known sitcoms and police dramas, sharing the spotlight with stars such as Will Smith on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Brandy on Moesha. His acting performances contributed to his charisma and allure, showcasing his versatility as an artist. By juggling both acting and music, Tevin transformed into a genuine entertainer, enchanting audiences across various platforms. These acting roles provided him with a fresh platform to engage with fans, broadening his impact beyond the music sector and enabling him to present various aspects of his character. Nonetheless, Tevin's journey to success was not without challenges. In spite of his skills and accomplishments, he encountered personal and career challenges that overshadowed his path. The pressures of celebrity and the expectations of the music business were unyielding, and as a young man, he faced these difficulties with varying degrees of success. Tevin was encircled by influential personalities in the field, and their impact, though crucial to his career, was at times restrictive. Quincy Jones notably influenced the development of Tevin's career. Although Quincy's guidance enabled Tevin to achieve greater success, it also imposed significant expectations and a degree of oversight that might have constrained Tevin's individual development. At the same time, it appears that Campbell was not the sole individual influenced by the purported essaying actions of Quincy Jones. Will Smith. Will Smith is among the most prominent icons in contemporary entertainment, celebrated for his versatile skills and capacity to adjust to various characters. Although many link him to his first achievements as a rapper, it's his shift into acting that secured his status in Hollywood. Following his rise to fame with the popular TV series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Smith's career soared with a series of successful films that highlighted his range as an actor. His performances in action movies such as Independence Day and the Men in Black franchise highlighted his ability to blend charm with intense thrills, whereas movies like Hitch and The Pursuit of Happiness displayed his versatility in romantic comedies and dramatic roles. Smith's role in The Pursuit of Happiness is regarded as one of the defining highlights of his career. His depiction of Chris Gardner, a man battling homelessness while raising his son, garnered him an Academy Award nomination and solidified his status as a respected actor. Although recognized for his lighter roles, Smith's talent for handling intricate, emotionally intense material distinguishes him in an industry frequently centered on typecasting. During his career, Smith has sustained a significant presence in both film and production. He established the film production company Overbrook Entertainment, where he has created numerous projects, such as the Karate Kid remake that featured his son, Jaden Smith. This entrepreneurial facet of his career has enabled him to remain engaged in the creative process and nurture emerging talent. Alongside his film and business endeavors, Smith has emerged as a notable presence on social media. His Instagram and YouTube profiles provide fans with a glimpse into his private life, where he reveals everything from inspiring messages to instances of vulnerability. His candidness regarding his personal development, challenges, and successes has won him the affection of millions of fans, establishing him as a role model for numerous individuals. Will Smith's impact goes beyond mere entertainment. He has been an essential figure in conversations about personal growth, family, and resilience. His talent for transforming himself, staying pertinent, and consistently captivating audiences. As a man this successful, have you ever wondered how he started and what changed his life? The answer is right here. Will Smith's beginnings with Quincy Jones. Will Smith's journey to stardom is a tale of courageous choices, surprising opportunities, and a steadfast confidence in himself. Although he is currently one of the largest stars in Hollywood, his path began with a moment of anxiety-inducing truthfulness and a small deception. In the early 1990s, Quincy Jones, a significant figure in the entertainment world, contacted Smith regarding a new NBC sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Quincy pictured Will in the starring role, but there was one issue. Will had no prior acting experience. Until then, he was primarily recognized as a rapper, being one part of the duo DJ, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. However, when Quincy inquired about the possibility of acting, Will did not hesitate. He answered with full assurance, yes, despite lacking any experience. Years later in interviews, Will looked back on that moment, describing it as a pivotal moment in his life. He stated that his intuition in the entertainment industry was to consistently respond with yes, even when uncertain about his skills. He mentioned that this attitude frequently created opportunities he could have overlooked had he acknowledged his inexperience. The strain was overwhelming. Quincy wasn't merely proposing any position. He was presenting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The context of that decision was dreamlike. Icons such as Michael Jackson and Oprah Winfrey were present, observing the pivotal moment that could define his career. Quincy gazed directly into his eyes and reminded him that this decision could influence his future. Will's instincts urged him to take the chance, so he went ahead. Embracing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a plunge into uncertainty. Will needed to quickly master acting, adjusting to a new environment with the same enthusiasm he infused into his music. The series, which aired from 1990 to 1996, turned into a cultural phenomenon, recognized for its comedy and its more profound themes concerning family, race, and identity. Audiences were captivated by Will's charm, his sense of humor, and his innate capacity to relate to people. With The Fresh Prince, Will discovered not only a television career, but also a launchpad into film, paving the way for his evolution into a worldwide icon. This one moment of assurance transformed everything for Will Smith. Starting as a young rapper, eager to pursue his dreams, he transformed into a star without boundaries. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was merely the start, yet it showed him that often the only barrier between you and achievement is the bravery to seize an opportunity. Campbell's career peak and decline. While Will Smith was entering Hollywood, Tevin Campbell was rising in the music scene, becoming a teenage R&B standout. Born in Waxahachie, Texas, Campbell had an exceptional gift that attracted the notice of industry icons. With a strong voice and innate charisma on stage, he swiftly ascended to fame. By his teenage years, Campbell had attained remarkable success, mainly thanks to the guidance of Quincy Jones. Jones, an iconic presence in music, recognized for collaborating with legends such as Michael Jackson, played a crucial role in Campbell's initial career. Under Quincy's mentorship, Campbell's abilities flourished, resulting in classic tracks such as Can We Talk, which topped the R&B charts. Can We Talk wasn't the only success for Campbell. His skill, combined with Quincy's expertise in the industry, created opportunities to collaborate with music icons such as Prince, Babyface, and the production team of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. His debut album, Tevin, achieved platinum status, and he went on to produce hit singles that solidified his status in R&B history. Campbell's voice, frequently likened to icons such as Whitney Houston, possessed the emotional richness and range that struck a chord with audiences. His impact was unmistakable, and he soon attracted a loyal group of fans. Nonetheless, Campbell's career experienced various highs and lows, and managing the spotlight was not always straightforward. In 2018, a social media event sparked renewed interest in Campbell and highlighted his influence on R&B. Blogger and author Lovey Ajayi, in a sarcastic remark, proposed that Campbell should take part in an Aretha Franklin tribute, suggesting that his career had lost significance. However, this comment backfired dramatically. Fans and stars came together to defend Campbell, reminding Ajayi and others of his musical contributions. Ava DuVernay, a well-known director, also intervened, tweeting her support for Campbell and vowing to include him in her series Queen Sugar, a commitment she ultimately fulfilled. Campbell replied to the social media excitement with poise. He posted a sentimental picture of himself alongside Aretha Franklin, showcasing his personal bond with the Queen of Soul. His reply struck a chord with fans, who commended him for managing the situation with grace. The surge of affection brought Campbell back into the limelight, and he was a trending topic on social media for several days. This episode demonstrated how cherished he continued to be, even many years after his prime. Even with the evolving trends of the music industry and being slightly eclipsed by emerging artists, his supporters kept honoring his voice and impact. The height of Campbell's career occurred between approximately 1993 and 1995, a time when he achieved remarkable success. A significant moment in his career was performing as an opener for Janet Jackson during her Janet tour, an esteemed position akin to opening for Beyoncé now. His sophomore album, I'm Ready, generated multiple hits, with Can We Talk rising as an anthem of the 90s R&B period. Nonetheless, as his popularity increased, so did the demands. The pressure from industry expectations and the sway of individuals like Quincy, who allegedly had considerable control over him, rendered Campbell's path more difficult. Collaborating intimately with major players in the industry was both an honor and a challenge for Campbell. He partnered with iconic producers such as Prince, Al B, Sure, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis. In 1996, during the creation of his third album, Back to the World, Campbell assumed greater duties, acting as the album's executive producer. He worked alongside notable personalities such as Babyface and Sean Puffy Combs, demonstrating his desire to develop as an artist. Nonetheless, the album did not attain the same degree of success as his earlier projects, merely achieving gold status instead of the platinum levels he had previously reached. The letdown marked a turning point in his career, as the music scene was starting to change with the emergence of hip-hop and fresh R&B performers. Campbell encountered difficulties outside of music as well. As a publicly gay artist, he faced homophobia in the industry, an obstacle that impacted his career path. Even with his great talent, these difficulties, along with the changing music landscape, led to a decrease in his popularity. Even amidst this challenging period, Campbell continued to be a revered presence in R&B, recognized for his vocal talent and memorable tracks. By 1999, Campbell encountered considerable challenges in his career. At the age of 22, his life changed drastically when he was detained for attempting to solicit an undercover cop. This event was detrimental to his public reputation and signaled the conclusion of his era as a notable R&B musician. In 2003, Campbell faced ongoing challenges during an interview with Jamie Foster Brown for Sister to Sister magazine. The interview, perceived by many as an involuntary outing, made him feel open and defenseless. This experience revealed the impact that fame had on him. What began as a hopeful experience under Quincy's guidance had evolved into a struggle to uphold his dignity and personal space. Quincy Jones was crucial to Campbell's ascent to fame, yet their connection encountered challenges. Jones, recognized for his strong impact in the sector, served as both a mentor and a strict authority. Numerous people in the music industry admired Quincy, but his approach to mentoring might seem overwhelming, particularly for a young artist such as Campbell. Although Quincy's mentorship had been instrumental in starting Campbell's career, his oversight occasionally felt constraining. For Campbell, this relationship was a double-edged sword, an avenue to achievement, yet also a cause of stress and anticipation. With rumors and speculation regarding Campbell's personal life circulating, he faced growing difficulties in managing how the public viewed him. Even with his skill, the stress of celebrity and the requirements of the industry burdened him significantly. His career had skyrocketed during his teenage years, and he had accomplished what many could merely fantasize about. However, the swift ascent encountered a number of obstacles that hindered his ability to maintain the success he had previously experienced. Now, let's talk about Quincy's personal life, a part that no one ever talks about. Quincy Jones, personal life. Jones had 3 marriages and fathered 7 children with 5 various women. He was wed to Jerry Caldwell between 1957 and 1966, and they had a daughter called Jolie. He engaged in a short relationship with Carol Reynolds, resulting in a daughter named Rachel. He subsequently tied the knot with Swedish actress Ulla Andersson from 1967 to to 1974, and they had a daughter named Martina and a son named Quincy, who also pursued a career as a music producer. The day following his divorce from Anderson, Jones wed American actress Peggy Lipton. They had 2 daughters, Kidada, born before their marriage, and Rashida, both of whom became actresses. Jones and Lipton ended their marriage in 1990. He subsequently dated and cohabited with German actress Nastasia Kinski from 1991 until 1995. And they had a daughter, Kenya, who pursued a career in fashion modeling. In October 2013, both the BBC and The Hollywood Reporter reported that Jones intended to file a lawsuit against Michael Jackson's estate for $10 million. Jones claimed that MJJ Productions, a music company overseen by Jackson's estate and Sony Music Entertainment, wrongfully re-edited tracks to deny him royalties and production fees, violating a contract that allowed him to remix master recordings for albums released following Jackson's passing. The songs Jones created for Jackson featured in the film This Is It. Jones was said to be initiating legal action against the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil performances and the 25th anniversary version of the Bad album. He felt he deserved a producer credit in the movie. In 1974, Jones suffered a dangerous brain aneurysm, prompting him to cut back on work to be with his loved ones. Since his family and friends feared Jones's life was nearing its conclusion, they began organizing a memorial service for him. He participated in his service with his neurologist nearby, in case the thrill became too much for him. Among the performers at his disposal were Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye, Sarah Vaughan, and Sidney Poitier. Jones underwent 2 brain surgeries, and following the second, he was cautioned against ever playing the trumpet again, as if he played in the manner required of a trumpet player, the clip could dislodge and he would die. He disregarded that suggestion, toured Japan, and one evening after performing on the trumpet, experienced a headache. Doctors indicated that the clip in his brain was close to becoming detached, as they had cautioned, and Jones did not play the trumpet anymore. On November 3, 2024, Jones passed away at his residence in the Bel Air area of Los Angeles at 91 years old. His publicist verified the news of his death. The reason for death was not revealed right away. Quincy Jones, Tupac Shakur, and rumors of influence. A widely circulated narrative concerning Quincy Jones pertains to his purported impact on Hollywood and the music scene. Certain conspiracy theorists argue that Jones had significant influence over the careers of black artists, implying that his endorsement was nearly essential for success in specific areas. Professor Griff, a conspiracy theorist and ex-member of the hip-hop collective Public Enemy, publicly asserted that Jones was linked to clandestine Hollywood circles. As per Griff and others, Jones's impact went beyond music. He was regarded as a gatekeeper in the industry, a figure whose endorsement could determine an artist's success or failure. One particularly sensational tale revolves around Tupac Shakur, the iconic rapper whose life and career were tragically cut short in 1996. Allegedly, Tupac once recounted in a mysterious interview that Quincy Jones had reportedly made advances towards him. Tupac's fans claim to have heard audio from this interview years ago, although it has since disappeared from the internet. The absence of solid evidence has left the rumor in the speculative realm, yet it continues to emerge among fans and conspiracy enthusiasts. Some even propose that Jones may have the ability to eliminate content that depicts him unfavorably, further igniting suspicions about his influence and reach in the entertainment industry. In the midst of this whirlwind of speculation, Tupac's close friend Napoleon, part of Tupac's group, the Outlaws, firmly dismissed any rumors proposing a connection between Jones and Tupac. Napoleon maintained that these claims were unfounded and that Jones was not guilty of any such actions. However, in spite of these rejections, the gossip continued to persist. The narrative surrounding Quincy's purported gatekeeper role continued to enthrall the public, suggesting that gaining entry to his prestigious parties and elite circles was nearly essential for young black artists seeking to attain the pinnacle of celebrity. For numerous individuals, the speculation surrounding Quincy's private events depicted a scenario where achievements were linked to certain obligations. The theory proposed that artists aiming for the pinnacle needed to pay a cost to gain access to this realm of power and networks. For emerging talents such as Tupac and Tevin Campbell, Jones's impact provided not only opportunities, but, as some perceived it, a degree of control over their destinies. This view of Quincy as a significant player in the black music scene generated an air of intrigue and strength around him, as if he possessed the keys to a secret realm that was not open to all. In the concluding months of Tupac's life, his bond with Quincy Jones strengthened, albeit in ways not directly linked to these speculations. In a conversation with Fat Joe, singer Keisha Cole revealed insights about Tupac's final discussions concerning his career. Cole remembered that MC Hammer, a friend they both shared, had introduced her to Tupac and Suge Knight at Death Row Records. Based on her account, Tupac had become frustrated with Death Row and was seeking a new beginning. He allegedly informed Cole that he planned to exit Death Row Records and join Quincy Jones's label. Tupac asked her to accompany him on this new venture, optimistic that Quincy's guidance would provide him with a different path and an opportunity to produce music in a more uplifting setting. However, destiny had different intentions. Later that night, Tupac was mortally wounded in Las Vegas, signifying a sudden and tragic conclusion to his hopes for a new beginning. An additional aspect of Tupac's link to Quincy Jones was his romantic involvement with Kidada Jones, Quincy's daughter. Tupac and Kidada had a strong connection, and she was allegedly among the final individuals he conversed with prior to his death. Their relationship received extensive media coverage, complicating Tupac's connections with Quincy even more. Some have theorized that Tupac's connection with Kidada was shaped by his emotions regarding her father. Due to his intricate and occasionally strained relations with Quincy, some speculate whether Tupac's relationship with Kidada had more profound, unexpressed reasons. Did his connection with her embody his true emotions, or was it in some way tied to his complex views of Quincy? Fans still contemplate whether Tupac's relationship with Kidada was solely based on love, or if it involved aspects related to his intricate ties with the Jones family. In the years following Tupac's passing, Quincy Jones's influence endured strongly, but these controversies and rumors continue to resonate in the public's mind. Supporters and industry experts still discuss whether the narratives regarding his impact and the supposed gatekeeper function are overstated or if there's some truth to them. Despite the speculation, Quincy's impact on music and culture is undeniable. He has guided many artists, brought forth innovative sounds, and stayed an iconic presence in both music and cinema. Although some might doubt the degree of his influence, his achievements serve as evidence of his lasting effect on the industry. Now, years after Quincy's death, Tevin Campbell is at a possible turning point. During the initial stages of his career, Campbell gained immensely from Quincy's guidance. The young R&B artist rose to prominence with songs like Can We Talk, and worked with music icons including Prince and Babyface. Quincy's mentorship played a crucial role in developing Campbell's career, leading him to become one of the standout talents of his time. Nevertheless, the impact of Quincy's presence, along with circulating rumors about the cost of achieving success, frequently left fans questioning the reality of Campbell's experiences in the industry. In Quincy's absence, Campbell might finally seize the opportunity to reclaim his story. Unencumbered by the intricate heritage of his mentor, he has the chance to tell his story and consider his path. The public's fascination with Quincy's life and impact remains strong, and Campbell's viewpoint on his time spent under Quincy's mentorship might provide a deeper understanding of one of music's most compelling dynamics. Will Campbell opt to confront the rumors and controversies linked to Quincy's legacy, or will he prioritize his future, concentrating exclusively on his journey? For fans, the question lingers, as they observe and contemplate whether Campbell will disclose details of his journey or proceed without looking back at his past. In a sense, Campbell's circumstances reflect the struggles that numerous artists encounter following the loss of a significant mentor or impactful person in their lives. He is currently at a pivotal moment where he can choose how much of Quincy's legacy will shape his narrative. Certain artists may choose to honor the legacy their mentors have provided, whereas others may aim to break free from their influences, forging their unique route. For Campbell, this moment represents a potential new start, an opportunity to reshape his position in music history according to his standards. Campbell's professional journey has experienced various peaks and valleys. In the early 90s, he stood out as a highly acclaimed figure in R&B, boasting a career that many aspiring artists could only envision. However, fame brought about difficulties, and his relationship with Quincy, although advantageous at first, turned into a subject of gossip and speculation. Fans are hopeful that Campbell will keep producing music and sharing his narrative, offering a new viewpoint on his journeys, and possibly tackling the intricate legacy left by Quincy Jones. Regardless of whether he chooses to share his journey candidly or opts to progress without reflection, the upcoming phase of Tevin Campbell's life offers the potential for development, transformation, and perhaps a reevaluation of his position in the music industry. As Tevin Campbell finds himself at this crucial juncture, the inquiry of how he will decide to progress remains unanswered. Supporters are excited to discover the direction he will pursue, whether he will ultimately reveal his experiences with Quincy, or if he will create a journey separate from the intricate legacy that influenced his formative years. For Campbell, this turning point signifies not merely a new chapter, but potentially an opportunity to authentically shape his legacy independent of previous ties, allowing him to establish his position in music history with a narrative that is distinctly his. If you want more interesting revelations, be sure to like, subscribe, and watch the next video shown on your screen. See you there.